And welcome to the full review for the Wonder Woman figure from Hot Toys. Like I said, I just got this the other day. So, starting off really quickly, I've got the box. Hopefully, you don't mind that opening theme song. Hopefully, you'll be able to hear that. I don't know how good this camera is. But yeah, pretty much you see the package itself, the colors, and it's got images from stock images for the film of Gal Gadot in the role. And actually, that particular figure there in the middle is exactly the same one that's there. So hopefully you'll be able to see all that. But anyways, I opened the box before, and let's take a quick look at see what comes with it. See some of the hands that come with the figure. You get two relaxed hands. You also get two, looks like semi-gripping hands, probably for the lasso. Two fists, of course, and another one that's also used for the sword, and two of the bracelets of Heracles, if I remember what they were in the original comic book called. But this is when to show that she's like blocking off bullets or what have you, and so they're glowing into the heat or the energy that they look out for. The other stuff that came with it was, of course, the shield, and that stuff already placed on the figure itself. So well, let's not waste any time, and let's take a look and see what we got. So this is pretty much an overall view of the figure. This is the pose I put her in. Like I said, on the one thing I realized that on this figure, once you get it, there really isn't that much movement you can do with it. It'll even tell you in the instructions how far back the arm can go or they bend. You really can't do all the way up on the figure with the arms to do more heavy action poses. But this is probably as actiony as it's probably going to get overall for me. The legs you can do a little bit more with, but you have to really be careful. The legs are a little tough to bend, so you got to really be cautious with that. Don't force it too much, otherwise you have the risk of it breaking. So let's just take a closer look at it and go through a quick review of what comes with it. So let's start off with the base here. You have the plaque for the Batman v Superman logo with Wonder Woman there, of course. You have the base, which is the Batman and Superman symbol together. Now, the one thing with it, I don't know how it probably would work as a stand, but the S is liftable. So you can lift it up here, but it looks kind of awkward doing it that way, unless you're going to put this on the side or something, or even just have her standing behind it. But overall, I mean, this thing goes up and it stands there, but just having it in a standing position on the actual stand here, it's a little weird, so I'm not going to do that. But feel free to try it out yourself and go with that. So take a closer look here, and first off, the main thing I loved about this figure, even from the production pictures, is the detail. I mean, the armor looks metallic, which is great. The paint job is really beautifully done. This is plastic, of course, a little heavier plastic, but the metal is beautiful. And the one thing that's always been something that a lot of Hot Toys collectors talk about is they don't want to see the joints, and especially with this figure, which I think was one of the first times Hot Toys actually done a full body figure with an internal skeleton, it would seem, much like Python, aka TV League, has done, is quite remarkable. The unfortunate thing with it is, of course, like I said before, that you really can't move it all that much. You're kind of limited in that, but overall, it's more for the aesthetic value of the figure, and like I say, it looks really, really good. So, as we pan up here, we can see here the detail in the legs armor. I mean, like I said, you can't really, say the joints are usually there, but you're not going to really see it. So that's one thing about it. And like I said, you don't see the seam or even the joint on the leg. You don't really see it. I mean, it looks a little lighter here on camera. In reality, at least when I'm seeing it, it's a little more tanner, the skin tone. But overall, it's really, really phenomenal. So it's going up a little bit more. You get the shield, and you can see it's got a barely visible, I think it's an eagle, I'm not quite sure, but the detail on it is really, really sweet. You can see the Greek lettering on the side there. You know, very great. The big. If someone can translate this, would be great. I'd love to know what it means. If it's ancient Greek, because remember she is of Greek mythology. The idea. The skirt is a muted dark blue. It's very light. It's not too bad, but for what it works as a fabric, as what it's supposed to be, you know, like ancient Greek and warrior material, it looks beautiful. The lasso of truth is, let's say, it's really nice. I mean, the detail on it is really sweet. The one thing about it, of course, like many collectors, I'm definitely not going to unravel this. Even you can. I believe there's also like a wire inside at the balance points here. You can see that at both ends of the lasso that you can move around with, and that's what the other hands are there for, so you can hold and grip the lasso with. But more than likely, I'm not going to be doing this. It's going to be there just simply hang on her side. With the detail on the strap there is really nice. And like I said, there was just a slight difference in detail as compared to the film. This is probably based more on the production design rather than the actual film. Because I don't know, if you look at the film, I don't really see that many grooves in the uniform. Not the red part, but mostly the where the W eagle design is at. But it's still, like I said, overall, I'm very pleased with the figure. So we go here down to the sword. Again, like many other reviewers have seen, the sword is actually really nicely designed, detailed here. Again, I'm guessing it's ancient Greek or something. I really can't be certain, but you know, look is great. I mean, it's definitely feels like it's got some wear and tear on it. Sorry about that. The focus isn't the best, but you can kind of see that. The gripping hand for the sword is there. The detail on the hilt is really nice. You know, you can see the, it looks like, you know, basically, so you're not going to get this close up on it. Very few people will, especially when we have it in a display case. And then you have the thing there. And overall, it's just been a really, really nice job. What Hoito is usually pretty much the industry standard when it comes to detail work. Although this is pretty much an experimental body type they're using. Like I said, Python has done this kind of body design before, but their figures are also a little more delicate because it's silicone based. And of course the wristbands, the leather under thing there, it's really nice. And then we get to the main body, the armor. I mean, you can see, definitely see the plating is really beautifully designed there. You know, and it's not totally stiff. It's somewhat flexible, but not by much. But again, you really can't make her twist too much, if at all, to be quite honest. But overall, for what you're doing it for, and you can be imaginative and figure out a way to do it. So then we have the other hand that I have put there for her arm being held, holding up the shield, and even the back of the shield is really, really nice. The detail, the texture is really cool. Like I said, these guys go far and beyond. Even the part where she's actually holding the shield, the detail on that is very, very sweet. I'll try to zoom in a little bit on that. I mean, look at that. That is nice. I mean, you really get. I mean, for what you're paying for, this is what you're really paying for, the detail and the amount of craftsmanship behind it. So then we're going to go now to what everybody's always talked about, and I totally agree, is the head sculpt. The head sculpt of Gal Gadot on this one is probably one of the best ones that Hot Toys has done. And, you know, get the lighting a little better here. But as you can see, the detail is really nice. The look that she has is, I mean, the one thing, like I said, the one thing that always gives Hot Toys, I think, the edge is the eyes. The eyes have always been one thing that Hot Toys has always done very, very well. There's definitely life in the eyes, which I like. Now, the headband that she wears is very different from the actual comic book, of course, but it's still based on the film version. Again, there's a slight difference in the design here as compared to the film. For those who maybe freeze frames on the movie, you can see there's a bit of a difference in the look and design. It doesn't have as many grooves that I saw as compared to this, but overall it's great. It's also part of the head sculpt, so you can't remove it. So, but it's still great. I've been lucky enough actually for at least the figures I've gotten so far, the hair has always been pretty good. So the hair I pushed back a bit. I mean, they fluffed up just a smidge, but overall it works. And like I said, this is pretty much the pose I'll probably have her in. I might have her later on in maybe a real more relaxed pose, but this is probably as action-based pose as I'm probably going to get with this figure. So from this point, let's just take a quick look at the back of it. So as you can see from the back here, like I said, the joints you don't see, which is great. Like I said, this is a straight out, not completely full body like Python or TBD Elite does. There is the joints you can open up down there to spread the legs a little bit more to get a little more action pose. But overall, it's a great, I think, for experimental type they're doing now for new figures like this. I'd like to see what they do further on. And as you can see, the stand hold is a little different compared to ones. Although it's just okay. I personally felt I think the reason why they went this way is because if you use the other traditional ones, it's gonna it might damage where it's landing on the legs there. So I can kind of understand why they designed it this way, with the grip almost like a lobster lock. You see the hairstyle and everything else there. I mean, that's the one thing it's always been kind of an issue sometimes. The hair isn't bad, but it's kind of frizzy. I know maybe they wanted to try doing a plastic hair. Like I know the new Ripley figure is plastic sculpted hair, whereas this one is the natural, or at least try to be natural kind of hair. And for me it works. It's fine. But overall, like I said, am I overall happy with the figure? Yes. Was it worth the wait? Yeah. I mean, as much as I know this stuff gets released in Europe before it hits the States, overall, I'm very happy with the figure. And I'm looking forward to the next ones I'm going to get. Like I said, I don't buy it that often, unfortunately, because, well, one, it's expensive. That's the first thing. The good thing with Sideshow is that at least you can pay in increments. But it depends, if you're going to afford to do the increments yourself. So I'm a working stiff, so this is just one few little things I like just to collect. I really don't collect all that much. Most of my time is spent either working or I'm drawing. I have a comic book I'm going to release hopefully by the end of the year, or at least do a Kickstarter for first. But overall, let's take a quick, fast overview of the figure and some final notes. So with that, so yeah, we have just looking over the last thing of this. It's a beautiful piece of art, which is one of the main reasons why I like Hot Toys. The artistry behind the figures is fantastic. And we go from here to that. And, overall, like I said, it's definitely worth the price. So, for myself and my collection, thanks again for watching. This is J-Rod Art, and I hope this was helpful to you. And in the end, any questions, feel free to ask. Meantime, all the best, and have a great weekend.